malungil tutan morar beklaad kada luwat taril along de lurior mo mot mokler sel ngi presidential press conference rigid wabe kal tokol do mo ila kada mo ulo pang lungu malungil lang utaril al tutar ong de lurior al mo ong tira Miss Jennifer Sugiyama al mo maskida kada lungu edaril al tutaw
malungil tutaw ungid sid sa omreng al saw le ungid sid sa tulungal ge malmasaw la te al chief of staff madapot tele ekle tolu Adam el Dios agimeral mereng asule merel al tutaw ertial meral klobok le ungil silsa kamral masaw raklisi ela padangam marang mam akmeral loter ka klitial press conference ergaw Adam el Dios pulsab emelo makrar rakamam egi mol melo pasel sel mol erengara o masyo ma sel belti erengar gaw el pulsal el mol madal raranjit a president mar cabinet teringi matige rohu lorior ungel tel administration mar atara olbila agi maralol ngitel wase mo makngal tanga tablumam el klugo ng kamang ta weekend Polsab amamel meral mal aswara igel mol ereng el milket ka government tergi terangara mol may egi mo reng asulir egi mo mlu talo reng asulir tigel ngaringir el altan maki meral dio tang asaw emeral ol ngita klangal tangat el kamang ta weekend malakam kasakla yak bu talo terga klitel press conference ka mam ol ngita eta rengar ka polo makrar ka mam el altutaw akimral dio tang asaw emeral mereng asulem in Jesus mighty and powerful and precious name amen
Marayse malungil tuta gotrule bodo susray bedul maraklay marbugul belaw pilong me biraklay marmasil belaw President Senate Locons Paulus marugul senators delegate Speaker Anastasio marugul delegates governors speakers legislators marbekla other belaw ngara blur ngayang al moro hotcharigi mangara la blur bela al sils mal ungil tutao mal guía del otro le gadamra asula rubaqal dios le gadkir ngara blur ngara buda ese del mimokla المدرسة رابلوات. Actually, say direct lois was in the last couple weeks. Once again, cell sovereignty. It's always threatened. I get there was research vessels Rasina. 2 of them came in within the last month. Melding Rabelwa, uninvited. Magada godra kian ngarabuda ndiga dirigal maya se ngari tigel continuously to test self sovereignty magada I think dirigal ngal tatra se blue ramrigela part tira help rigidra security ma defense ra blue velam dirigal sodra mutel teal dirigal mal mrenga asulela blue ramrigel el mlo sir invite Blay Madrid ma Jessica Mendoza el mera blur belau mat umra lo set help pergi del inspire ngalget manisel to say if you can dream it you can do it mamral both Blay and Jessica are really it's impressive what they accomplished and what they have done in their lifetimes. Kada angaramong sildomesra other usora major leagues that's kind of out of this world Wa dekada lang adum sa ngari abuy gerbelan mesel making in a major league and not only one team umla member Astros, Tampa Bay, Detroit and Pirates. So kada proud rin dirigal kada madura Miss Mendoza nga reporter ESPN announced at the World Series for the Dodgers, el Drigam Lomre, I mean, these are el Blue, and I think the opportunity for meet them and get inspired and to see what their potential can be. Dirigal mal al ser hablar se lo dona of course am rigil am la help le gorbelao di mal so le go bla madma of course a fiance, so they were able to come as a whole family. And I know in one of the talk shows Amal emphasizing here how much the Mala would schedule everything around Rangaligel. And the Tigalamo 20 years the Alberbelao. Basically for the last 20 years and all they've been doing life for Tira they revolve around the Tel Yakura Ablai. And that's what it takes. It takes commitment. They are by themselves. It requires a commitment. Their parents are remind them for every success, it takes the whole community and the whole family supporting ang kadiri kamal mereka sulela MOE la selu kam strategy join or tell activities mereka sulela our sensei, our parents and community volunteers that helped organize all those different events and those opportunities for them to visit the community and inspire kids. Of course, we ngariam na surya belo sora mini games and din dakal dula la major league schedule ngari gamers at time mga sel meram mini games, but maybe he's retired. I think if he retires, he can still come and play and do quite well. Kita dari kamdel melara a cup. Oh, hala kung terto la kurang asula media lo bangget. Ngari a Miss Sungyama, Jennifer Manuel tuta dari Manuel tutangwak la ma Samantha Molayan. Kogara Island Times. Yes. So sulal ngartial as we always say, close to Tila Media and the fourth branch of government. So ngil ome, so mga accurate information and this person more a public. So sulang. Kita adrigam lel mlara Baku. Baku ablunora Azerbaijan. I'm not attender sele Cup 29. Of course, TSL المصادرة climate change, and it's this year they term it as the Finance Cup. I think over the years it's been all about commitments. What are we going to do to reduce our emissions? But a lot of this requires funding, and so it's a climate coupling. So estimate I say we need 1.3 billion. I'm sorry, trillion, trillion commitments that were announced there are 350 million, but it's getting access to those funding, getting everybody to agree on how we're going to disperse that funding, how it gets out to the people, and address again needs and puts us on the right track so that we can stay below 1.5, but yet keep people protected. Of course, toka changes, of course, ang clock and turner kasi ukpesel administration ng Amrigel kung kalil polong a vision ng ilgirel tial tokoy, but I think sila important participation ng and like I said, lugila dim la kalbong. Ito o sendegi bo lagi protest. Legal meetings sila bang we get nothing done. So we have to protest in all different manners to try to raise ambition and to make a difference. So, sa lidera marapet dim la kalbong di protocol Pacific leaders I'm say, of course, like Prime Minister Cook Islands, Tonga, Marshalls, FSM, they were all there. We went, of course, later at Minas and Kiora, well, also there. Sera bodong doing kadamina do high level segment, but at the second part. First and ukti share igel challenges that we have and how we need to continue to work together, and most importantly requires all of us. Part of that, Ablura Taiwan needs to be included ra igel solutions kita face. So dirigal dablar sem nari atela deluk dirigal visit tel البلو MSA president ra sel blue. Of course this is important to them. They want to help small islands. Kada gidam nawa sel chairmanship ra OSS tamal interested in helping our Pacific Islands. They did it through sel Commonwealth Association, but tedigal masa say how they can help Ambassador Sidra telura AOSS. Kadagora expected to have tangara blingela tel Asia, Europe, Asia continent mdegal sal manala belao ding get president tamal manala belao. So hopefully maybe someday he'll come and visit. And look at opportunities here. Blura Azerbaijan, of course, I'm under the Soviet Union. Together, I'm independent. 1992, 93, I think 92. Sral beda Berlioz Berlin Wall. Interesting to celebrate that two Independence Days. Almost 100 years ago. No independent the couple years Soviet Union took over. Tagamla under Russia, and then the no independent till 2 years, and then Soviet Union took them over again. The say blue di brigada Iran, of course, Maria partra Iran le partra Azerbaijan, ma partra Armenia le partra Azerbaijan. Just recently Maria Muhammad Armenia took regain some of their territory. Yeah, blue I get the Maria Muhammad time. But it was safe. I mean, clean el blue. Of course, with all their oil and gas money, they're developing just like the UAE. One of the things that I noticed, Tigamal, of course, they invest in their culture, keeping their old cities. They have a carpet museum. They have, they call Fire Mountain. El tiagas el dime tubdra. Abling el ablum dik mar drabek time. Digal math. 4,000 years or something, they said that it's been spewing gas. But but they need to be part of the solution. But they're also developing their country. One of the places I went to visit, Seabreeze. Seabreeze is a whole master plan del community. Got famous el singer mle bilang algel amle developing, and within like the next by 2027 it'll be a city that has 100,000 people, and it's a tourist resort and all this. Gidira kamlora mountain magi visit tel imora resort tel Ministry of Tourism amirurin bebula mountain. They have snow blue, so they have 450 snow making machines. They don't have that much rain. But they're really trying to UAE. Oil, gas, so diversify their economy, and tourism, of course, is one of the ways. 9 of the 11 different climate zones in the Blue Lada Azerbaijan. I got basically all fruits of Blue Lada, sino more blue. So yung pomegranate season set man famous tora pomegranates ding tokara wa sheep ma karbo. That's what they're known for, and carpets. But the friendly people, they were really friendly people and very hospitable, and anyway diragal ukla Maria Temil. But it's safe, and it's a nice place to visit. So, visit conference. Anyway, El week, Klawal proclamations. So the first one was yesterday, was National Diabetes Day. Close to Trilbo, say over 50% of the population are blue below sukal. And that's why prevention is so important, and get community effort among يقدر exercise يقدر تاخذوا تويل كيترا بدن يقدر أتشابله بدن من ملا ما سوغال سدرسة سوغال من دريق البوش لايت من سوغال تري help هذا ما understand رسي هذا دريق السوغال people ما وين من دريق البارتر سيل كاريكوري ما they help هذا ما understand رسي يقدر دور تو أول هذا مو إذا دريق المدينة رسي one of the things that we signed yesterday, a proclamation about 16 days of activism focusing on ending violence against women and girls, gender-based violence. Direct message sel doli marro magad blo mo mangale darar bid magad masadra yeye la holiday so I say. But we also need to ensure especially deal mara ngalga البي لما يقدر يديلا أسأل باق and they know where to go to get help. And it's not right. ده قال جريد physical, verbal, sexual. أجر رجول abuse ده قال جريد يعني. important تريدا help تينا. إلى السلسلة ده وقت تريد من سنة تبلول proclamations. Lani Obanged, sel first le relal silsa sel declare December 3rd, the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Tiaklo tutrel silsa ngira del recognize el wase abalwada gira el blue ngia inclusive e blue rogul ada ngaria te al el mortir de everybody should have the opportunity to succeed. Inclusiveness amal el cloud tutal ma kada mamska te alelani mo musisel girel say is el last el blada diregal agumra sen diregal supporter tel el tora disabilities December 10th. That's el proclamation blada sani girela a Universal Declaration on Human Rights Day. على ملتير هذا ما أقول تكلاو تطلع يجي هذا المسابقة قرني ما دي قدي دو صادرين أو سباق المرة هذا نقرأ كلا بلور بلام ما ألسلا بلور بلام يجي هذا protect على ملتير هذا بكلا so with that ندي ويك بساتة الله لاني من بولدو جرا سيسيد جرا السل December 3.
Ministers sa mga media waisay yung mal lungila next week mal kosokodala leng kada the proclamations and mulukol blem sign na tutao first to say the December 3rd el proclaim International Day of Persons with Disabilities madire ka sa December 10 el World Human Rights Day and next week akti kalawais mase ngaringia adara tigel adara Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights as a Regional Pacific Office. They mera arrive on Monday, and they'll be here. El momitra government, morning sa consultation, mar civil society, private sectors. El ulo ka dun sa inosegi the proclamation World Human Rights Day. Direct kalmi omes mase ngaray el human rights treaties el ratify ablo bela el tablo nga UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, mas el UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Ngaringi other 7 and big 9 human rights LDW design mandiri kalmoring aldaduk masing ngara priority pelaw makakatome sa gigitel 7 and human rights kada moral butul care ngara sab edel alkay ngasew algire lagay gigitel pepira human rights again kada digam ni submit ra VNR report tergid makatome masende ka adal mooit ay gigitel human rights agire dalomes masing ngara priority pelaw ngara sab edel kutmok mandeka linda dito logora atrapela matigal migrant workers tigal nga low rural atrangot blue care bela mandire kalkatom da sortir maigay alda tu abo ningira next week lo mo Monday mo ongi malurior yung ringi sen malklo sige International Day amo ningira Long Island el kukti celebrate tra International Day of Persons with Disabilities es el December 4 almong amo ningira gigita consultation lo bantira high government officials civil society media private sectors direct lo banga embassies el gira like gigita protocol engagement tra human rights treaties ra blupelaw so mal mo it's a celebration for us. I know I'm na-check at the Ministry of State and I think this is the first human rights proclamation that we had, but we had engagement before in the earlier years. Ding by tulog tal kora olgi sa aldatu kira lagi kita protocol human rights kita ne sign back in September 2011. Mong ay kita kora the activities ya final program gipom send ngin mora road partners sila since komeng mal no kora last minute tamali kamne o ice mas take the support sil offering in Mervelao so we grab it the Ministry of Health and Human Services agim ne reach out to ma Ministry of State teletigate our contact point to kora gender ma human rights so we're partnering organize a consultation ma activities for next week sulang president
sula lani kita amna sa kadang holiday season mang elal week kada waturol kada mal so that mga sular bekla other belao wish them a very happy Thanksgiving and really a family day ay gadi uldakal tablong this is a great opportunity to spend time with family and be thankful for the many blessings that we have. I think most importantly the blessings el kadaliak al blue digit el moderador abelwad كده أدري الألسيل employee appreciation there قبلمنت من سوق الموتيل تيال مال مرينا سولا رجول أدرا قبلمنت تير أورول السور بريجي در أدر بلا رجوي رامرين لورير رابك السيلز من أيش المينستريا أي تيل وال designated del تيرا the set employee of the year أيش المينستري سوق الموتيل تيال muy one clear really for their outstanding service. Tiga mlo above and beyond. Rayel uk normal uror el arag mamad swadel congratulate tira mrenga sulir. Magotru le kadamora Ministry of State. Mada mrenga sulela employee of the year el Keith Sungyama. Nga angel charge er gid ngara blura huriping. Aud mrenga uror abekel seals. Tiragal Ministry of Finance, Maria Ashley Adelbay, Customs Officer, and Marine Lord Maria Asulan. You want to say something about? No? The regal Kadamora Ministry of Education, Maria Jimbo Romano. Minister, what does he do?
Air conditioning, plumbing.
Oh, maintenance, huh?
He's maintenance and takes care of a lot of different issues.
Making sure everything is running properly. Okay, I'm going to Jimbo. And then I got Ministry of HRCTD, Derek Benjamin, Employee of the Year.
Sila Presidenta, tuti ingel okmo ko mo mala permit rakaw, engage ingel me miserably me approve. Historical permits. Engage direct mara legal blue lo mesagel historical sites.
Direct mal mara sulala Harvey Tageshi ra Ministry of Justice. Ngara sel Criminal Investigation Division. Kita mo sa mal mara na police mo mal mara sulel. And then katamora MHHS hanggang Clint Nakamura. Maintenance. Making sure that everything is running. Almring asulen. Mora mafe omakrael sadang. Ngaro maka obisrasers. Omakrael ngaro obisrasers. Okay. MPII Minister Obiang Alban Ongino. Kamuras mo din ka?
President Tatartriel Magigrel biget el ngari education ringira tora engineering wabangela director malaire ngara CIP tirga tirgel lo mesa a project egal project
Ano yun ako
oi mang
Yeah.
mal meseselbuy Aulagi kerdi masara norde afternoon nagduk masara
South.
south egal project tabar beri
Yeah.
isur
Sula. Gamora Officer Vice President ngara nemo Loma Ngamaes. Congratulations Sula ngara mring rurerim. Lastly uktial officer gida President ngaria Ameyang ngiraingas. Gangar se legal department regid mal mring asulera mring rurerim. And lastly, kodi update ay gilgora amran mel activity elal week. Oh, next week. Yeah, next week. En el first week of December, gidamo keora President Lai blura Taiwan al me visitor gid. Oh, December 5th and 6th. And then Maria Christmas programs that will be coming up para Christmas and Mamura December 16. Plana elalira mo kadamo hostora Goksai. So lastly, this holiday season, kadamal madinga laseng gira del celebrate and they gotta celebrate but they gotta more responsible. I say. Sumo mal mo igang at least nga driver. Kita madinga laseng de kalsada klor koreora al dubo because kadam na ukman lo imis. I say AG and de kalsada legong visit kami lego bora. I see. Okay, ma hindi kayo de like open a question again la germa. Open a question. So, kabong yawa.
President, welcome back. Ngara plans na tele-upon transition ma inauguration na next year. Kaniya kam na matmukol. Kina na inauguration na TLBS in aming government.
Wala, inauguration na January 16. I say. Committee namadrodra, I think first meeting elal chils. Ogora planning meeting omur elal chils. Kada dekala ngara COVID magdala expector ti to ngara other ngara outside me visit get this time. So kada ngara ngara plan lagi girel say.
And visit na President Lai.
Yes.
Nama President Lai. Siyang mo, ngariya mo ko na program na government to kasi any media sama ka mo ko na meeting or will there be or in the strictly in the visit na
The ngare activities el boloru like opening a one-stop shop, more capital. Aye, sel programmable. Media is open to come. Yeah.
Hindi ako yung kasi gida. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, namuin. Next.
Oy.
Bon.
Aulak teacher nga kasi from security, I don't know how much we're supposed to give in advance. So,
Sel visit ang nga event sa hosta Belao, mga nga event sa local hosta Taiwan.
Yeah.
So invitation will be coming to the media from both governments.
and we'll get and you get a schedule.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, important. Yeah, a media na. Sulang.
Guram ni so kalo kira ka president kirela kap 29 di since the korang artel tapige edik karira AG since artel era ministry ra justice AG ko to kora oreng srar arbotokol الكورة بويغ is el logger tokmulasen two kinds of triads gangster ar adrasinal ngarpelaw mang seragisatial newsel girela president Lyle mera me visit akora diswa logger wase ministering well prepared the aware girela igang ma security el magaloader lobangela security ra Taiwan le. As you know, di halsuada lungi la President Elmel gora morning akariol tuba. Egida dia ka sel mal expertise sergid el gora mangat mokal gire la igay mang ngaraygel sa el Rulia Ministry of Justice loader of Angela at timera Taiwan el make sure a safety ra President Laimar adal.
Kumda sa Office of President Loya ka Chief of Staff in constant communication with the Bureau of Public Safety. Michael nga aliram lamob lakataklo sa ngarang with the two security ra adra Taiwan ma avela when it's kadam lamok gire la visit ra President Lai.
Sulang. President Kamlo mention alwase self-climate finance goal by 2035 girel namo 1.3 trillion siya agora proposed tira agora sera kunguyuwa kung Mr. Segi del website COP29 ito agora mlo olngit taigel developed countries alwase bolsa real contribute to 250 million rabek rag in order to reach Segi del goal. Makora diswa kaloger as a victoria kidra agora gegrel balu ngari agora igel issues el gegi del develop del balu agora dia halsal sorir because en walbol helper gidel magegrel balu katokora dia develop el kwadim neso kalunga osingem sinseng akora midsar Segi del website COP29.
Yeah, the which was 1.3 trillion adi mera gal migrel blue. The sel unfortunate part I will tell Kappa Claude the Bayteria a lot of that money did til oitim rodi tir ruwal di til mortir. So that that's one of the things that it's discussed here was at least maybe regel though the repter meragal el blue tira are suffering from the impacts of climate change. So that's what the negotiators spend hours and hours trying to get in the language to ensure, as first, it's easily accessible and it actually gets to the people that need it most. Naricel, Naria Imoro Mlogola Segel developed countries are getting 350 billion, Pagan mo 250 billion. Anyway, got him a clone number. And that's why Amara Pe said el Degalbon. No said Tigadi Malagoy. Remember last time they had a goal of 100 billion by 2020, and they never reached that 100 billion until this year. So we need commitment, but actually more than that is action. And that's why in Gira that we have to continue to put the pressure. Gira and continue through all avenues. Of course, in the next 2 years, Tara Klisi Ildobang as chairman of AOSIS, Miguel Dorinan and Miguel Blurad. Dorinan as secure Gidra UN. Sel Doba Imol Toy, Domo Dura Egal Blue, and Sia Klisi Ildobang. Close to the Ludalegal, Miguel Blue, Magal, Nodora Egal Maclol Blue, to hold them accountable. In fact, December, AG Kamia Sel ICJ. Sel ICJ, Sel Walur Tutakla, and Morigal developed the country. So basically a polluter pays. Malsum Kamal Rabula, the Gagiram and Harara, Morigal, Egal Miguel El Blue, Egal Gia, Talamal, El Gamiamla, Kutmokla. So, yeah, Katangara get Rogul, and Teratin was a Magara. I think justice is served. So,
Minister Iyar, ak milngo yourself, JICA report del tilo early this year. Goram imol goram le ngua catchera usinge garil girel sel report agora tadiri really report ras a tutara 6 mo 8 o'clock ragab singe es el report igel culverts mamlay maray raral mlay ma motorcycles ma heavy equipment ma of course light trucks ma passengers Raigar Rogul Causeway. And this report ako ramlo masaw dalwase kada malwadi tangarbe bu del dia kada bora igel mal el detail el utta maintenance ra aurelef makora wandel wase kamlam sa sel report ngara kora osengela CIP ma public works el wase magara adolmol mel maintain ay kalklal ang donation ra baby ra lulol nga sel grant aid mang makara sabi ela bela ulki darulia partner gid and make sure was ay kalklala well maintained electrical serak mel nga ra hudiping ra after about nga ang tial issue ra ral mel lo di karal ma mang ututar ang ra siksak mlo check ra tial pombraral ma mlo mga durar adel actually merut audior ito ay salwasya ko ramle recommendation al morar mareder tira management adilulwase lagire den morulia speed limit el mas radid letial gora vibration ra tial load ra heavy equipment au ulang mo affect ay gel vibraran may gel ula o bew mang akora di suakal addresser say gidel issue o ay salwase ang since ra 2002 employee dem loringa sel opening radid tial PSLD gora wal kotokora mlamok concern after agisat tial chaika report alwase kotokora bagikla alla ka maintenance tial Japan Palau Friendship Bridge but the lutan mo amawa kora karyor makora di swakal Michael oker kalwas ng Raigel kora sabi edel gutmok on our part sulang kora mal kamang tal da agi
sulang me di kote pagtaktil was indirga ka kora assessmental rule was tial vibration na di dam ne ula tal melel tial vibraran mang al mga niya ko al datu al maral waise ang gira del amol mutel kititil mongil ongerung kidam na rin sila al milkat mok namor niya part regal tax ra malubeng fees ra the resistor amlay el mo help ra maintenance ra rael le kida makatetal time kadang may gal grant dimle di busra al sila gal grant rakal tela time el merel ang sel wal play training mal ubeng ngudo del set aside del girela annual ang semi annual maintenance regal di el al time em namoring sig del fund adid amina tial didra aren raka ang aringi a rule maintenance plan ring ogyu obangel sel maintenance plan na valentira jaigal el help para adada lo mesaigel el wal indication malubeng igel ol hotel wasi kada assessoradi de al chum kada mesaigel ngarnya igel koram na po ringing na crack makarang gigi dia sabedel mersel plan yang small deal was tianga may lead to a bigger problem alobe tiagi dia ulela mamangiriul mare edel correct ringim ngari se gidi a few years back adire kam ne help del release ang ari trial engineer sa professor Kyoto University amlay matam ne help al assessora adid silba didel wasa dider kita mal dirku ngil nding girel ngaringa igel regular al maintenance malubeng assessment ngim kamsulara agere ela ko bagik lang mal dir kum sisi ati tam sa amil
Jack Mut telekor kau ngaringia abuigal milla darak serang ramong actually teterung tiragang waigel plaltu vice president ma director wasit tel togora drugs crisis wasel kong manamok lo adarak survelaw ngang walblel ko la obisra NEL report yal report seral report tilo da tokol mora adal blel report terengi le seral gol el got tulu ay srang klel tigalun makadong el wasit tirkang awalulu mits kama information el wasit adaradarak mam karangi en wangaratet telel ngal buigal mle reportan mora NEA angarnya adara NEL wal tilob den mo subadi tirgel adel wal lol traigal klalo I guess en diawde se taking pin al up to ko lava makora di so galogel wase magarasab irar adara balloon. How can we combat this war on drugs? Okorem lamo dia the trustera system mang ngaringiar soril report and ting namo dia soril report letan namo madakling like I said tirgal buigal mrut ay gang other alert tigay gidel long tool badang la trials el gangster asina ngara al seltiang egitial milsatial dilubra adalong lamal gayo mang esarte sid sabingel adarasina Ediso logi tiang president was gida mal magegare etigay gidel adarax runners etigal adrasina akmla sa Google learning and they will wipe out your whole family if you mess around with them they ham deliver igel mangoraswa ka logi tiang aleng ak mga ave koradi nga kalmo madak and then akmesa tiel president lal may makoradi so kal opom tat seringi asem magarada resolver tiam marava mo feel safe de hal feel langar niya hotliner ka ng adal sab edel trust seringi el bol sab el take care ay gayid el issue mar adal report mo sab el feel safe de hal feel was that their life is on the line.
Kamsulang diyan maral tol wasi adal ko lang giril report del Morsel Narcotic Enforcement Unit. Kamsula information and direct ko direct aklang wasi ilaigida amladub mak mo bring it del more attention ra director ablila bulis. Nga ka adas il ko officer AG report na mo to kading walgim ngal adal di anonymous yagi try low rero loban tirar bulis mesegi da direkal imora rolelar adrablua asab il report kor obis ra director elong da director rabli la bulis direct nga I guess al suman dia kalaw marang aring segi dal 911 kirir adlo mo kadong report taygal concern certain mo rabli la bulis so I think what obis AG 48824881 as kung ngani adal sorry ko le report they remain anonymous sulang
جينا طريقة نختار كلام شيء هذا طريقة غير هذا الماسنجر يجي ما طريقة شو من طريقة confident كذا مال كذا make sure identity ترى ده التوب كذا يجي ده ما يجي information and make sure more تيجي right هذا investigate شو ما ريقان so ما لوني لا point رغالين it really takes the whole community cloud to trail like the information and help pergi el trail campata tal issue suila and it's correct there's been a lot of recently el adrasina the ticket tira la vaya khal meso so customs has been doing a good job and minister magdam renga sulura amring lurior but there's more so
I think in the last 3 weeks Yung namoringa tablol gays ra methamphetamine, wana involve ra sa merbela al tourist, involve ra meth. Is the latest last week or 2 weeks ago in Gukradil direct silis below level berrotera or arel I think tira terul aba kalbus arel all time mlani nga charge mla other officer AG mla charge deal with trafficking ma importation ra methamphetamine mangel sa ala 50,000 abel ngi dira ka sabel post engger dila $100,000 abel ngi dira al sabel post so currently takalbus mangila ko trial dates certi sulang
akariga mora minister ngira luase adome sera internet sel afaram la placer belal top 25 destinations to visit ra 2025 mangora di so kalogel luase ministry gaw ma PVA ngarat kora ngaya plan sertil gora mga tmokal girela al sugum la advertise sa blur bela luase taraigel el balu el dia carmal turista el morning agora di to add to that min sabi di answer mal na mo tokar okyagar git el ngara Hong Kong el May editilom ara ticket te al ngara package tours takmula se maral tokar sa limam el sorin merbela unding mal expensive makoro ogel wasing ngarnya well sabi edel gut maklisel private public partnership lo bangela aigal private telgom bali ma state o mesel wase waya mo malalbakra blur or rather te kluma mora mo snorkeling ngarnya sab ela partnership el gut maklil wase maybe dongang tara legal fees ما بول سبيدل attractor o kyak malwan sel pick up bol سبيدل الجوجو ngasa aral el moraigel dimla aral el partra ol giser tial tora tourism
El amra loda del question halo koram ke ko kagalo lo matasa tenjin nga ako tesel tokol molgorngil waset tial flight ngara Hong Kong el medi murar adal ditilo marati getertir si action gotlungil tokol kita suata FIT freely independent traveler ma adal dingil marati getering ekmer de osigra hotelengi osigra tour borongi si ne part tel strategy gidek mung kadam ge gogi del maral mo roidra package tour le package tour amri kola kokna tara grim ngara mok selger de dik mer ngara hotel tin ngara tour tir matse koram na changes segil dynamics aong erung ngba I guess agri mo ogel waseng magara adol doisrar adal merbelaw at the moment seldom cycle skogi en other than shabal magoreya ekdana mokmed al morsel full kadana urrangali egel mneskogi naringira pre-pandemic China airline am mo 4 flights a week president tanang usugi de melang monya kwanta selomur December 7th ingara inaugural flight agidre kwanta sel merbelaw Makul ngiter ada media mal joiner gidel welcome resel first flight na Qantas December 7th. Oh. Gidel osusul timing a United am na complete agir rogul mle pre-pandemic flights and even daily flights. Gidel again adital model kung akoreya ma gidel shabal adodengep mong directly through the efforts of president en mo starta gel temodot mong obiang at mong regular charter flights along March.
10 o'clock sa the arrival ra Qantas Airlines sa December 7.
Se arrive rat indira kalsal mo sure leng ngania conflict ringi misal arrival at China Airline. It's going to be in the afternoon, possibly 5 or 6. They're ironing out the detail mong arrive ra one or the other. Mong mera sabado. Gidele meladi ada aula lang po da magarang en mutual resume agel mle 4 flights ra pre-pandemic mara Korea maigel regel flights ang ngara shabal madome sa numbers agi da kadam lo endra ela kada average akme 4,300 per month mong sa lo mes at the end of the year kada lamo we're hoping to hit at least 55,000-60,000 this year mong abyo tolom so de legend ngira de lo mes dice la ginga la medida asko gi determine aklung la okyak Michael maral mere lang ado mes ngom sin di between 60 to 70% full. Aklol effort ri del anga uro lo ngela Australian government nanya mitir mo maray delis el malasam mo clocally si edal market traveler Australia. Nguk kan si edal gomgi kay gidal sko gilmi. I hope pa siya oras el mo ruti sel gadim.
Minister Jenkins akora tiogerel Diagudeo se mulo sab emmel masasel interview nga kalobangela tarangayas kalbuiga mangaria imorasyon nga kanlo sa pegal gora open up share. And after that I dimlakul aswal was saying maral kloa mental issue belaw kada gora other bela gora mlangul was setya ti tigel gora smell makitap tarir di after seral open katong higora mle open up pakmlo mal aswar mal batok our parents al lom katong arangak el helper ngal gir ti kal tirgal ngal gir mol mutar ar maklol at etanamul tuira darax ma omalim rom makora ang kwa mo sual mo emotional maral dim lahul aswal was it there's a need and that akum dasing lagi ret al place ra our counselors ra elementary level ngarinya osengela ministry ra education el gora omeser segit mar el bornya training ra sensel was it ang tasmalo mesrangal kal may happy and then all of a sudden ng gora dilmuk ngarinya gora training rar sensel sa il gora omes identify rangal kay help rangal because sometimes ng gora abuse or domestic violence mang gora di swakal ngwag the swimmer sel was ngarinya gora o singela ministry rather than high school level polome sa elementary level was in sabi el morning counseling al girela tokora mental issues or not just mental issues but any other issues.
Thank you for that question. This is a very difficult issue. These are very difficult issues. And they are societal issues. I recently, just this week, have been meeting with some students who are, it's an assignment, and they were looking at some societal issues, and it was an English assignment, and they asked if they could come and interview me, and we talked about it. I found it fascinating. The extent of the domestic abuse that they had experienced was much larger than imagined. And they keep it very quiet, of course. In the difficult we have is with the even in the high school or the elementary level is having people who are qualified counselors. We have 4 qualified counselors at the high school, 4, and they are working from the Ministry of Health and Human Services for us, but 4 for 3,000 students is not nearly enough. So your question about the training for teachers is a good one, and we are working on that. The issue that we have to address is finding the qualifications of people who can address these issues with the students.
Yes.
The other issue we need to address, and this is not necessarily an MOE issue, and one that I found from the students, is after quite a long discussion of these type of problems, which they had experienced and had friends who had experienced some. They asked a very telling question. They said, so we've identified it, we know what it is, we know who's the problem, what do we do then? And that's where our problem is that we need to have resources available for the students to run, which is exactly what your point is. And that's something that we need to work on. We need shelter. We need lots of different issues to address all of these problems that our young people are addressing. The good news is these kids are really resilient, and that they seem to have a better grip on the problem than we do. In fact, I was just talking to another one who was a graduate 3 or 4 years ago about the drug issue, and they know more about it than I would ever know. They know exactly how it works. They know everything about it, except for the names. They, of course, can't give those up. But these are things that maybe we need to start asking our younger people to help us understand and deal with them. And then we need to address the issues of remediation or remedies for these problems much more effectively than we have been doing in the past. So we are going to address this at the MOE. But again, that's a very short and late. It's late. The children are already growing. Okay? But thank you.
Adi lungi le kuk tukara youth. Actually nga niya yalim lang niya te lamel nga kama director sa rong blomitra nga Pastor Paul Tenorio ra Seventh Day Adventist Church. And milsa dangot al tukon mo touch tel tukara youth ma igagil tukara drugs ma gidel mental health issues. Nga mle share was during their recruiting ratrigal student missionaries in Rebelao. Nga niya baby are other nam umul nga niya kuk skill sets mental health. Manggal pastor amle suggested mora kuk HR government kung sa amal mo share gigidal kuk dur gigidal atal nga sel sigidal system. Mons edal kuk malatil mil mo missionary lo nga share gigidal mental health. At the same time, President Unia legal mitra ambassador of France ra nga ra hudiping. Engulu ay sel wasingania program ra government ra France el separate entity ni trial kuk waljaka volunteers, little French volunteers mo kotora nga bayad. الدريغل سي إلمو الأقنالين كرتيل مرا MHHS إلمو دريغل شير مالي تريغل وكمرا سيد الفيلد را mental health المسيرة يوث مانيا أجيب ملاسم الأوبن أجيد الاسم المرا بتقول يسون.
My last. Ngwa di so lo gera minister ke level wase kada koram la diverse kom administration as well diversify at kora economy. Akora di swakal kora ogel wase ngaring akora in the works ra ministry ra financial most of it di mega rogul payment online atang kata.
Thank you, Jennifer. As President whips his agenda, this administration has been to diversify our economy. Our ministry has been involved in the development of the fintech industry as one of those diversification strategies. Part of the fintech solution that we work on is our payments, improving payment gateways. And this is why we pursued the program for cloud stablecoin. We are working currently on two conventional payment gateways. One, we are in the finalization stage with the Azucuna system, and you will be able to make your payments to customs online. And we are now working on finalizing a payment gateway for the Treasury.
So you'll be able to make payments to several of the cashiers to the Treasury using your credit cards.
Ya di lastel kami tengah President suakal otangaw lego Mr. Ligera COP29 rabaku eng malmlebetokar youth lul panggem mang suakal dingut te alle mal otangaw le kung maral wasit tidika nga mo obaklu gargit men ak otangaw ma administration erga wel gayda chief of staff erga tarangayas karadil ya kung maral wase with your administration and your leadership ya kung maral wase tamal mo not tell the education tamal mo gain abatogal knowledge through your leadership makti ngutyang iti suakal kora otangaw mark cabinet tergal malbatokar ngaskal blamol ngiter til return and merbela loader and hopefully tirigel nga school al mutel me edi dangartyang edi suakal recognizer tigel lengal gra Palau Taiwan Association and nilo first place ra Taiwan ra through cultural performance di suakal ngartyang malmereng asule me akmal apologize and malbato kakarik
kita maral mereka sulit terjal mengira ladal tiram lora school el mutel me ona se orgidra qabalment terjida mon kita maral mo proud tira tangara qapak kulum meeting la mentri ora gurale yaqro ngalagaleng ngakama Charlene Ramarsay, Amlarse. Oh, kama mga kotem lang mo kasi kama senior citizens ng artia. Triga ko natin magkarela ng artia. Triga silding lang kami. But anyway, it was good to be among such a group of young people. They represent our future and to be working with them. So, kamaran mo prouder team. Sulang. Irene, kamo.
I'm not here logan ke la ma da ka media di ko logan asulit gali wang waklak eskring wasem mo gereng ya se di la ka ulo ke mahalabak talit to Rigel so Dr. Jenkins di na romasi in order to attract more investment and diversify the economy, skilled labor is essential. What initiatives does your administration have in place to improve entrepreneurial skills training and workforce development, especially in high-growth areas like technology and sustainable industries? Tialkera, lagira la capacity building territorio. Makparating mo loli raw le ang maraming amo involved pa finance ma education ma atire kay minister no sa administration ma CIP for engineering and such. Marakora the sweat girela abu krangaliga derbela leng kata di tourism hindi ka dire kal mal gira kal diversify mora e kay giter blockchain el alvlay ولقد سطرم بقادم رالبون say if you can help share.
Oy, tiam sulang mal to ka program sa loron bail pastrat al malawais.
First. Well, thank you for that question. We are in the process of revising our entire curriculum throughout the ministry, beginning with kindergarten on up. But at the high school level, one thing which we have is we have a construction technology academy, which is the last 2 years of the high school. We're trying to insert into that an instructional technology, use of computers to do X, Y, and Z. We have the hardware to do it now, thank goodness. We now have the capability of running it, and we are working to find teachers that we can have to assist us with that. Our goal is so when those students are complete at their senior year after 2 years in this academy, that they'll be qualified and certified to deal with computer problems. As we looked around, we just counted yesterday that we have over 250 computers in our classrooms now. Those computers are going to need maintenance and assistance, so we're going to definitely need some help there. That's one of the things with the workforce that working with Minister Matul that really has been a positive kick to us, because what it's pointed out is that no longer can the teachers at the school handle all of these technical issues, so that we need to reach out. The other issue that I wanted to address, and I'm glad you're here, is that we are hoping to have these students, once they complete high school, be it in air conditioning or be it in any one of these areas that we're able to begin offering, that rather than going to necessarily go work for a company, that they begin operating their own businesses as entrepreneurs. And I've been wanting to get in touch with you to discuss this issue, because I know you're very alert on that. So if after this meeting, if you get it, we can get together and make an arrangement to have you assist us, please. Okay.
Medic Lirsel was a agingara amalengala aldo ulgirtel transition report. Mansokal mulwasa gimna reach out to maragir rogul agencies, WIOA, SPDC, PCAA, PCC, MOE, Macau. Makopot man sa thermometer sometime soon. Yo to kertil alguk program regal mo makamo sa dekal silo dekal program rogoy.
Sula, mlamo ka questions? Kaman sul. Okay.
Something just came up. President akmil nga dadu ra terul nga PCC etirgang angarsel hospitality and tourism gidang ilusel grant aid ra Australia Algo será after a COVID en black close. El antaditerul ngal gangar cell class. Say giteral ngarinya ground or opening or say semeral ngarang mal poto ka ngil training al sabi el more say gitial gora ultura togora tourism akora wonder was ngarinya o singela magara sabi edel loader labangela PCC leng nguk ti kadrokul ngal gagir del mora higher education ngayar ngal galguk ti medura togora im magarasab edel mo mutal mo o gisi at togora vocational training ra PCC man di kan necessarily wasi girin mora college waya MOC ra nga ra mong ed trainer ti edel ngalget magarata udol bangela PCC ma na atang amo minister ang ira sa LHNC
sa tela mena Mr. Matul
Sula
Jack, again, الدور الأول transition committee قال نمو مريق لدرا قدم اللاس ملول دا كاي يدرو البروجرام اللي كاغروس البروجرام كاغروس فاندينغ نغي كاغروس ابورد نغي من والبل سايلود من for example SPDC last week pangdo lo menteri lagi ta under Guam UOG ya director SPDC ako se base sel MOU gi dan gira liliak litil masauder tir maaldo do lo mangel seguido ko federal program mo kadam garang e odo kalmera development mong dimo imo director masaud adabora PCC mo seguido masauder ngil school ako under PCC mo titil lorur tra programmer tir ma aldo do lang apo garang ataw ora da WIOA magel internship programmer tir lo mangel PCAA role di sort of aligned with the priorities are presented to the ministry. El director mara MOE. Mang seguida dola sa okringir tegel transition report. Hopefully in sabel moving forward ng mo kurata with the sidel. Lobang gila Irene el director man dekabol adam funding ang ima kuk other than la rel.
Sula. Ma segong de yang odal ger. And we'll all the route raisyo karerul Sunday from now. Gida maldimrenga suliu. Last although krat kaniye southern ruringa recognize tigel October silsil tira al sils mong happy birthday. El mora Marlene G. Kangara MHRCTD. Marlene Theodore G. Okay. Ma Sydney Rungulbay ngara Ira Elementary School, Madeline Tamagin ngara Angar Elementary School, Jamie Marep ngara Malgayok Elementary School ati gamal di ngara school. Oy. Allen Bemar ngara security gid. Oy. Officer Bemar. Diregal Tino Fatuala ngara Hospital Administration ngara Tino ma lastly and most importantly ngawak laswala da happy birthday Sula malo ise Dios el olmol malo makaltanga travelwad marbek la rogui ma uktemera erul Sunday from now happy Thanksgiving, happy family day. Sula.